We'll see. Wait until we get a couple of viewers, maybe. We got 2 viewers so far. So if you're out there, say hi to us. We're up to 4 viewers this evening. We lost one. Let's see. So for those of you out there so far tonight, welcome to the Craft Whisker Club show. And I'm Tisha Clinkenbeard, aka Mrs. Chicken Bread, and welcoming you tonight. I'm kind of flying solo, and I have a special guest that will be coming on just a few minutes with me from the Queen City competition this past weekend. Tonight, we have a special topic. So if anyone out there wants to come on the show and talk about what judges look for, if you've been a judge or just want to come on and talk to us about some questions you have about judging, if you'd like to judge yourself and would like some tips and tricks, pointers, or just conversation, because there are a lot of opinions out there when you judge, a lot of things you have to look at, and I'm still quite the newbie at this. So hopefully, like I said, if you guys are wanting to come on the show or just want to chat with us, we definitely have some space for you tonight, and would love, absolutely love for anyone to come on. So let's see. All right. Hi, Nikki. How are you? Good evening to you as well. And then hi, Chip. Yes, Miss Chicken Bread, my alter ego, perhaps. Nikki would never have guessed that. Which part? Oh, okay. You were. I have done it a few times, and I think it gets better the more you do it, because you get to see more and get to learn more. And um, people say I'm a little bit picky, which may be the case. Let's see. Hi, Emily. Emily, do you want to come on and talk to us as well? So if you do, please drop me a message, and we can get you set up. Even though I've misplaced my phone, I have no idea where it is. So, hello, Chicken Wing. How are you doing? But let's see. What else we got going here? We got 6 people. I think, Chicken Wing, you're actually on Facebook. Is something wrong? But you're not on YouTube. Did you get out of Facebook jail? Hi, Brenda. And Chicken Wing, yeah, you're just surprising me because you're on Facebook. So, Summer is not on this week because she's out enjoying a belated Mother's Day with her daughter and her family. So, she's out there having fun, and so she's out of Facebook jail now. Also, I believe, I think so. Well, Nikki, you can come on too and ask questions if you like. Be glad to have more people to get out here and chat about it. Chicken Wing, I guess I hadn't, my Facebook, the time I spend on Facebook's probably not a whole lot, honestly. I got a new job, so I'm working a lot. It's not quite as laid back as my other one. So K-Man is hacking Marie's phone. I'm going to go ahead and bring Marie on just because I just saw something earlier. So here's Marie Hulvey is
Hello.
joining us tonight. She was one of the winners at the Queen City competition this weekend. And so she's here to chat with us as well. She didn't know she was going to be my sidekick when she signed up for this. So.
No, this is definitely my first time, and apparently everybody else chickened out.
Yeah. So with this K-Man, if you didn't see his outfit this weekend, I just saw it because Marie was telling me I had to see it.
You really need to check it out, guys.
Yeah. And as she also said, and I agree, there's some things you can't unsee. It's
You can't unsee it. That's what I live with.
It's kind of right there with Wizard's toes being painted. It's kind of right in that same realm. So Wizard, if you're out there.
Yeah, he was having a lot of fun. He really enjoyed doing that one. He really put a lot of thought and effort into that costume this weekend. He's pretty proud of himself. He did pretty good.
He did good. Now we got to sew him back together, though.
Yes. Anybody that was there, they got to even get to see him lose his skirt and everything, right, when he was up on stage.
It was planned. It's a plan.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Well, let's see. Chicken wings. So telling Marie her icy beard was awesome. So I'm going to put you on solo, Marie, and you can show them your beard.
Okay. Well, what would you guys like to see about my beard? There it is. It's the icy cup, as you can tell. Ooh, you don't get a very good picture of it, do you?
Go ahead. Let's see. I wonder if you can
tilt it. No.
No, you're sideways then.
Yep.
So if I can, I don't know if I can share a picture. Let me see.
Yes. I don't know how to do that, so you'll have to do that, Miss.
Yeah.
Miss,
I don't know how to do that. Computers, but let's see if I can find it on Facebook.
Sure, hold on. They want a good picture of it, and we can't get a good angle of it because you don't have it on rotating screen, do you? Nope, it's upside down. There you go. Can you see it better?
I can. So pick up. I think you had that top part is.
Yes, the top part comes undone. There we go. Oh, can you see it?
Yeah. Tell Caveman to turn the volume down.
What? Caveman, she said something, but you got the TV on here. Hold on. What did you say, dear?
Tell him to turn his volume down.
Turn your volume down.
I did. I'm sorry, Tish.
Okay. So this is your ice beard.
I know, both a little bit. Can you see it a little better?
Is that a construction helmet?
That is a work construction helmet. You can pick that up we picked ours up at Lowe's. No, this one we got at Harbor Freight is where we picked this one up. And I spray painted it red and blue because I wanted to do half and half, because that's what the IC cups originally all looked like. I used stuffing that you would normally use for a pillow with a hot glue gun and picked out 2 red and white spray cans that you can get at Menards. And then this is a PVC pipe that I used for the straw. It was originally black and we painted it red.
Cool. And turn it back around. Show me the actual chin area that you have.
The chin area? You mean this part right here?
Yes.
What it's made of? I have like a base that I use, like chicken wire is usually what I use. I like to attach mine to my hats because some of mine get a little heavy.
Yeah.
And it's not very easy to get it to. I haven't mastered so much you know how you ladies can do the glue on your face and stuff. I
Yeah,
sweat.
I'm not very good at that either.
Well, I sweat extremely, so it don't work out so well for me, guys. And then this is a trash can that you pick up either from Menards or Lowe's that we taped off, and I sprayed it, you know, the red and blue. And then this was all hand drawn and colored in.
Oh, that's cool. Very cool.
Yes.
That is just that in itself I could not do. So
Yeah. I sit there.
Sorry, I gotta go back outside. I got a cigar.
But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. Like I said, I do. Oh, I touched something. Mike, I touched something. You can okay, hold on. I don't know what he did. I touched
Scoot
it.
to your left, maybe?
The box won't go away.
There you go. Oops.
I
Hold on.
touched your phone.
Sorry, newbies.
I
There
told
you
you.
go.
I don't know how to work the new fancy phones.
Is it the one that follows you around?
Yes. but there it is. And like I said, that's all like pillow stuffing that I used. I took pieces and I individually glued it on top of the trash can lid. And just for you ladies to know, I am very wide towards the bottom. So I had to have a nice tall chair to actually jump into this one. So
all right, turn the phone just a little. No, the other way.
okay.
There you go. All right.
Okay. Yeah. I'm a little fluffy, so that's what I did.
I'm right there with you.
Like I said, I can get out of it just fine. It was just the trick getting in it. But that's all right. I'm short. I figured it out.
Let's see.
But
here.
yeah, that's pretty much what I did. And of course, I mean, if anybody else has been at any of the comps, usually I like to do big. I don't know. I don't know how to do small. I haven't mastered toned it down a little bit. I guess that'll come with time.
Yeah.
But yeah,
might.
So I might.
All right. Hey, Harry, Joker, how are you doing?
Hello.
And hi to Travis.
But yeah, I like it. It was fun.
Nikki saying that your beard was amazing. I have to agree.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I enjoy doing it for charity. I really do. I enjoy doing it just for that. It's fun. I like going out there and, you know, being my version of creative. I know all these people, like you guys do really good with it. Some of you with the face, and I just haven't mastered it yet. But like I said, I'm pretty new. I've only done this, maybe 3 years. So.
Oh, wow. So you
3.
started what year did you start?
Oh, Lord. I want to say it was 3 years. I don't remember exactly what year it was, but I think I've only been doing this about 3.
So I started in 19, like really, like February.
Well, I think, was your first one when you were in Austin, Texas, when you did the kitty cat one?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay.
That was my first beard.
Okay. Well, then I probably did it about the same year as you then, because I think I had maybe 3 or 4. Well, a couple of comps before that, but I kind of sat and watched for the first couple. And then my husband, he was like, boy, he goes, it'd be a lot of fun if you got in there and did it too. You know, you like to do, you're crafty. So come on, come play. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. And I think summer was right about probably the same time you started because hers was in like mid 18, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all
So
right. Well, so behind the scenes here, the Hubs is lurking. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring him in.
hello, how are you?
Hello, Miss Hovey.
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
See, you're out there enjoying a cigar. That's what my husband's doing.
I am.
Yeah, I
Got
wish I
some in the
wasn't.
mail today. Buddy of mine sent me some. He won an auction that had he's a big bourbon drinker, but not a cigar smoker. But he won an auction that had some bourbon he wanted, and it came with some cigars. So he sent them to me. Yeah.
Are they pretty good?
It's good. It's good. It's good.
Making me jealous.
But no.
All right. So I think since he joined us and he's judged a few times, and definitely helps me put kind of things in perspective at times. He's kind of my bouncing ball, and it's funny because we do have some differences in how we judge.
No, no, you guys are different? No,
So we'll just kick on into the topic. And Nikki had asked this a little bit earlier. Does it matter to judges? Marie, you've judged too, right?
I've done maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah. So Nikki's question is, does it matter to judges if it's attached to the face versus on a hat or tied over the head?
I personally, I don't count that against them. I think, if you're brave enough to go up there and do something, I don't really, I don't care how you attach it. But, I mean, some other people might have a problem with it, but I don't have a problem with it. I mean, whatever you have to do to make it's cool with me. I don't know how you guys feel, but I mean, just because it's not attached to your face, I wouldn't take points off for that. Because like I said, I haven't mastered that yet.
Yeah. So, all right, Mr. Chicken Bread.
So I agree with you completely. Don't care how it is attached, as long as I can see how it's attached and it looks like it's attached to your face.
Mm-hmm.
If you can hang it from a hat, sunglasses, whatever, and it still looks like it's attached to your face, more power to you. Knock it out. Don't necessarily want to see how it's attached. So, and want to be able, if you go through the trouble to hide it really good, the attachment, turn your head, let them see, let them try and see how it's attached.
Yeah.
Show them that, hey, you got it hidden. The only caveat to not attaching it to your face, if it's to glasses or hat or something like that, make sure when you lean forward into the jacket,
it doesn't fall off.
It doesn't come away from your face.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah.
And I've had ones that had that potential to pull this portion away from my face. And like he was talking about, I think I'd add to that is this piece needs to stay to your face, but the other can have that movement still.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. Just like a real beard. What is at the skin needs to stay stationary. The rest of it, if it does free flow like that, that's absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And I started on several of my beards, especially if I use a wire frame for this piece, I will tie it behind my neck so that it holds it in place, but it's not physically supporting. So just in case, to kind of give you guys that are out there new or whatever, most of the time the creatives don't necessarily stick to the face. So creatives are typically held on in some other means, and by rules, you can't have it based off, you can't have it sit on your shoulders, or it has to hang from your head appropriately or be attached to your face. So
Nikki, that question is that answer for natural and creative, and I think you just nailed it right there. It still needs to look attached somewhat, but creative is a whole nother realm. It's creative because it's not realistic looking.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh.
my very first beard that I did, I actually made with it was a metal coat hanger. It was I sat there and I wrapped it around my ear, and I had built a whaler around that. So I mean, there's all kinds of things you can use out there when you come to creative that you can, can attach things with. I
The
even
only, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Ladies first.
No. No, I was gonna say when I did my bathtub, I actually just used a headband with like a metal wire when I did the bubbles with my bathtub that I did for Nashville a couple years ago, and put like a shower cap over it so you couldn't see it.
Nikki just commented too. Stay attached creatively. I think that is absolutely spot on. Being a creative beard, it is not a natural, realistic looking one. Make your attachment part of the design incorporation. Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, I try to always cover when I have them attached to my hat. I always try to cover it so you can't tell that it's not. That it's just
Right.
It's fake, that you don't want people like the judges to notice it.
One thing on creatives, especially, no matter what you do and how wild and extravagant and creative you get, make sure you can still talk plainly. When you get up there and the MC is talking to you, make sure they can understand who you are. You can tell that way. You can tell them about your beard. You get to the judges, explain to them what you did, how it's attached, and your thought process. They need to be able to understand you. Don't necessarily have to see your lips moving, but they need to be able to understand you.
And to add on to that is I'm really conscious of when I do talk, is my beard going to move fairly naturally, even if it's is it going to move? Number one, is it going to move like it would on my face as a beard, and or is it going to flop around, or is it kind of tight to the face? I have two little. I don't know where I put them, but I may have to look in the closet next. But they're little templates for the wire pieces that I use, and Shannon helped me make the first one, and I've been successful at doing them myself since then. But let's see.
I mean, Marie, one time you did Oscar the Grouch kind of thing with a whole trash can and all before.
Yes.
And that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's part of the outfit and ties into the beard.
Oh yeah. That one was a real fun one. I enjoyed doing that one. That was my love of Sesame Street coming out a little bit.
Yeah, that one was awesome. I remember it.
All right.
You didn't fly there with all that stuff.
No. No. They would give me some looks, I'm sure.
This is a second, I guess, replica of when I did my the cowboy boot beard, and it just, I don't know if you can see. Forgive the masking tape, but this is like for the mustache here. So then it just fits over. You can see it's pretty tight. Oh, okay. That's why the masking tape's there. Okay, so then it just fits over.
There you go.
Like, here's the mustache would go, and then the rest of the beard follows here. So that's I have two of these from different kind of beards, and they're slightly different. But it is a challenge to get them to actually fit to your face well, because your face is not symmetrical. So it's got to fit differently. So,
Marie, is your husband commenting on your your husband watching and commenting under your name?
Yes.
He probably is. Why? What did he say? I haven't been paying attention.
No, he says that's still one of his favorite beards, Marie Holvey. He's talking about the Oscar.
Oh yes. that one was really. You know what? That one came together super easy for me. I'm not kidding. I mean, if anybody watched Sesame Street, you lived in a trash can. You know, you had to sit there. Okay, what's your beer going to be made of? Okay, we're going to get some old newspapers, some cans. You know, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one's still one of my favorites. He also likes. It's one of my original ones that was like the coat hanger with the. It's the Whaler with the bumblebees or whatever. One of the first ones I ever did. That's one of his favorites too. I think you guys seen it. It was one of them that I used with, I think it was 2 years ago with the Queen City when you did the flowers, the real flowers.
Yeah.
I used that my Whaler one with the hangers that time.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then I learned that, boy, you can do a whole lot. Then I was like, well, you know what? I can use a hat to do some of this stuff, and that's where a lot of them came from. Hats work best for me because I have a big head, so usually they don't move too much.
So Mike's question about the gauge wire. What is that? You know what kind of wire it is?
So that is 3/32 stainless TIG welding wire.
Hey, it works. You got some good beards out of it. I'm telling you. I love your beards. I love going and seeing your work.
Whenever
Just
you
so
get
you
that
know.
wire bent into position, it's going to stay there. It takes quite a force to move it.
Yeah, it's as you can tell, like that one piece, I got too short on the wire, and that's why there's masking tape. So that's why it's not really in use. It's more of a template for me to make stuff off of. But
pretty rigid because you go to adding all that weight on there. That's the last thing you want it to do is something to droop out of place.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see, Nikki. So Nikki, are you talking about? And you can also, on my Facebook page, there's an album called Beards. And I try to take pictures as I do my beards and I put them out there. So I have to give Melissa Crafton props because she was doing that too. And that's how I got the idea to do that. So, and if you are a Whiskerina and do make your beards, that's kind of cool if you will take pictures as you go through it and then share that information after the comp or whatever. It's pretty cool to do that. Let's see. I had up here, I think it was Emily had a question. Let's see. What do you recommend for attachments? Oh. Well, I can only speak creative. And Marie, have you done realistic? I didn't think we're the rebels in the realistic world.
I have not mastered realistic yet, guys.
Let's see. Everybody knows I use my little beard template to make everything that holds my beard. And I'll show you. This is
they're very different, creative and realistic. Very different, very different skill sets, very different ways to attach and such.
Yes. So this is my handy beard template. So it fits my face exactly. It holds it where I need it to actually hide it. So it's just the basis. Why are you laughing at me, dear?
I'm laughing at her husband's comments. He put on there, I like to use a staple gun to attach mine.
That might hurt.
Okay. Note to the audience: do not do what
staple
Michael said.
Yeah. You can
Don't
hear
listen to him.
see, he's doing that. People are going to watch this later and not realize it's him talking. Yeah.
Yeah, I can just
It
see
is
the
not
video.
Marie
I
Holmes
hear-
telling
I
any
hear
of you to
Marie
do
I hear
this.
Marie in the green room. Ow!
No. Ladies, gentlemen, don't listen to him. Don't. Staples, not good.
And please do not use super glue.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Please do not use super glue ever.
Yeah, don't do that either.
Okay, so
Or a hot glue gun on skin. That's not good either.
yeah, even a cool glue gun is not good because it's
No.
still slightly warm.
They make you say lots of bad words.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to give you all, and I'm sure Marie and the Hubs have views on realistic. So I can only tell you what people have told me. Emily, most people have problems with the spirit gum and the Prozaid trying to toupee tape. A lot of people have trouble with that when it's hot, so it starts coming off your skin. Not so much melting, but I think it just detaches from your skin. A lot of people have said when they use those, they will, as far as the oil on your face, they'll use alcohol pads to clean their face before they put it on. And some people have also said that they put deodorant on their face before they put it on so that their skin doesn't sweat. Recently, we kind of found out that it's fabric fuse, peel and stick tape. It's a peel and stick fabric fuse, and it's just it's the tape that will hold anything. It's meant for fabrics for like hemming and stuff so that you don't have to iron it or sew or anything. And that in the last probably 6 months, a lot more people have used it and had really good. I've used it for mustaches, but there have been a couple of people that have used it for their beards for realistic, and had it work really well because it doesn't tend to come off when you're sweaty.
It would come off my face.
It doesn't hurt your face like the toupee tape and the spirit gum and the Prozaid. They're hard to get off once you've got them on your skin.
That's something to think about too, though. How, whenever you're planning out your beard and how you're going to attach it, something like that. Is it an outdoor competition in South Texas in the middle of summer?
Don't use any of that.
You're
It
gonna
gets hot
sweat.
down there if none of you been there.
You're going to sweat. So consider that. Where it's at. Is it indoors? Is it outdoors?
Let's see. Nikki, I have no clue about eyelash glue.
I've heard some ladies say they use that, but I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any of the Whiskerinas that I know use that.
Yeah. That's as far as what I think judging realistic. I mean, just like its name, does it look
Realistic?
real? And yes, I see a lot of Whiskerinas that have, I like the word dirty, a dirty kind of beard where I can see the tape and I can see how you've got it stuck on your face, and I would prefer not to. It is just that way. And then if I think it's interesting because it started to become more and is coloring on the hair for the realistic beards. So do you have a variation of color that you see in most men's beards? Most men's beards, either when they're young or older or whatever, they'll have some color variation. So you might have this wonderful, absolutely gorgeous silver beard with some brown in it. or Marie's caveman's. He's got that nice black beard, but you're still going to see some variation in color. So if you come out with a realistic beard that's nothing but the same orange color, it's
Not very realistic.
exactly, yeah. So
So my thing on judging realistic is, in doing a realistic beard, you can do, just like Joey done the Whaler style this past weekend. You have folks that do freestyle. You have folks that do full beard style stash, whatever category or style you choose to do your realistic in. I'm going to judge you towards the standards of that category.
mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it does, because if you want to go Whaler, do that Whaler. If you want to go goatee, make sure you're getting your goatee spacing right.
Exactly. Make sure it is could you go into the men's category and compete?
Right. And I totally agree with that. Totally agree. Something made a noise. I'm like, so, and also just an FYI, she's been on our show a couple of times, Christine Hackman. If you've ever seen her compete and the amazing work she does, I have to shout out to her. Her beards are
awesome.
They're not stuck to her face.
I know, she sits there and I just recently found out that none of hers are attached.
She's had, I think she said 2 beards that she actually adhered to her face, but her realistics are not attached. And that just blows my mind completely.
Because they look like they are.
Yes.
They look like she grew a beard.
Her beards are awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, when she told us that, I about fell out of my chair. I was just totally shocked. So, let's see. What else on realistic can you guys think of?
Being rude.
Creative. Creative. I'm like the upset. I do not want to see how it's on your head. I don't. I really. That's going to be the kicker right away.
Either one. I mean, but the creative, you can be more creative with it and incorporate how it's attached into your beard with continuing the style or whatever you got going
on. Let's see. I also, as far as giving
Did
someone.
You guys see that thing where Marie Holly said she had to go? She had to poop.
Did he really put something like that on?
Yeah.
In capital letters. Gotta go. I gotta go.
I'm gonna not.
Yeah. That'll be an after show for sure.
I'm gonna.
But,
you want to see the end of Mr. Caveman's life? Come over here.
And, one thing I think of with creative is, did it take some additional skill? So, did you have to make a part of that beard or a piece of that beard? Did you have to make it, or did you buy everything? If somebody's up there and they've literally made the whole beard themselves, I'm going to say I'm looking at craftsmanship, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So if they've gone beyond that level, I mean, I buy a lot of the pieces for my beards, but that's one thing that comes into play when I'm in the judging chairs. And also when I make a beard, I think, oh, can I actually make that piece other than buying it, or, that kind of deal.
I made a coffin once and attached to my face.
Out of wood?
No.
Oh.
No. It was that not poster board, but that plastic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I have it out in the garage. It lights up too.
Now that would be a feat.
Would you like to see it? It even opens.
Yeah.
Let me go
Yeah.
get it.
Get it.
It's made, every individual piece was made. I didn't buy any part of this coffin. I made the coffin myself.
Wait a minute. You're not taking this opportunity to go poop, are you?
I don't have to poop.
Oh, let's see. We talked kind of about what we. Do you have anything else you count off for?
I think she was asking on the guys. The comment right before that, she said, "What are your standards when it comes to men's categories, and what do you count off for?" You can go to like the Worlds or the Nationals page, and they have. Oh, sweet! Wow,
And my skeleton, his eyes light up, and he's got a beard.
that is cool.
I like it.
It's that foamy stuff.
Like foam board, is that?
Yes. Made out of foam board.
Wow.
Individually glued, taped together. I get bored sometimes, I guess. Because like, I'm going to make a coffin, and I did.
There you go.
Okay. So before we hop to the men's categories, anything else on craft categories?
The craft and realistic are
I love seeing them.
open to the competitor's imagination. It's just like that coffin she just showed. It's whatever you can come up with and craft it in such a way to be able to wear it and present it and have the story behind it.
Okay. Now you were saying about the criteria.
So for all of men's categories, there's standards of what is for that category. And you can go to either the Nationals page or the World's page. And for each category, it'll have, goatee supposed to have a certain width shaved between the ear, bottom of the ear, and the beard. Waiter category, connects all the way across. It's not a rule really for the soul patch to be gone. I like to see the soul patch gone. I like to see if you grow enough, right? If you're solid enough in here that the soul patch isn't there as a standalone piece, then leave it. If you can run a clean line all the way across, that's what I look for in something like waiter. Goatee, same thing. There's different goatees, and you go to Nationals, they have the full or the wide goatee, and then they'll have the shaped goatee that is shaved down narrower and shaped, more to a point or a narrower beard. Chops, it needs to be shaved, the right width in the middle for a chops category. Musketeers, same thing. It doesn't, my thing too with the waiter. So why do you shave so much off? Well, a true mustache is hair on the lip that doesn't extend more than, I believe it's 1.5 centimeters past the corner of the lip. So in my mind, a waiter is no mustache. So there doesn't need to be any hair within 1.5 centimeters of the corner of the lip, because that's technically mustache hair, even though it could fill in, with the beard and such.
So I put up here on the banner, this is the North American Competitive Beard and Mustache Association or Alliance. And that is the categories where you can find the actual specifics for the categories on there. One thing that I've noticed lately in some of the smaller competitions is that there are gentlemen competing in the full beard, but they have a styled stash. And it should be all natural, is my understanding.
If they have a natural beard category and have a styled stash category.
Correct.
Does that make
So
sense? If they have a full beard styled stash category, then your full beards with a styled stash need to be in that category. My opinion.
Because I've seen that a couple of times lately, and I
And
You
some
know.
of your smaller comps, they'll group the partials together. They'll put goatee and whaler and chops in one if they don't have enough competitors, and that's fine. You need to judge each beard according to its classification.
Mhm.
Not necessarily is this one better than that one or looks better. What is the scale of it in the whaler category? What's the scale of it in the chops category? What's the scale of it individually per its own category and classification? And how does it meet up to those standards?
Let's see. Jody, you were so correct. Love whalers.
Exactly.
Chicken wing. Yeah, they'll also have natural stashes. So
So, like him, he's a perfect example. He can enter a natural category without any product in his stash, but it still looks styled because of the way he's trained it. That's a natural stash because he doesn't have product in it. That's totally fine and good for him. He's trained his stash to where he doesn't have to have product in it for it to have a nice curl.
Peter,
let's see, Jody. I get why they combine, but if you're judging it as tough, it is. It is tough. I mean, sometimes you don't know if you're lucky or I don't know which I would rather have, somebody that's just blatantly, the number one out of the whole, group, or all of them that are tying right up there for the number one spot. Yeah. If there's a big group, I tend to take a little bit because it'll take me a while to kind of sort, what's in the top three and then figuring out who those are. So I'm kind of slow.
And if you've got a bigger category like that, first off, judge the beard. Secondly, look at what they're wearing and there's so many guys out there with really awesome dark beards, black beards, and they'll wear a dark shirt or a black shirt or coat or whatever, and they drown out their beard. It doesn't stand out. So if you have two that are equally comparable and one is wearing a contrasting color shirt underneath, it's going to stand out more. You're going to walk in front of the judges one at a time, but then the judges are also looking at you when you're standing up there on the stage with everybody else right next to each other. And the ones that pop are the ones, if it's close, are going to get the edge in that. Don't wear a shirt that's really busy or with lettering under your beard to where you can see it through your beard. That takes away from your beard and it makes it look thinner. Wear a contrasting color that's not busy.
Yep.
And the same with creative and realistic. Same thing. If you're doing a flower beard, don't wear a flowery shirt. You want the beard to stand out. You want the beard to be the star of the show. And that right there is, putting craft and realistic together. When they do that, you've got to judge the creative ones on a creative scale. And you got to judge the realistic ones on a realistic scale.
Yeah. Definitely. And sometimes realistic can be difficult to judge too, just because is it really sticking to their face, or how does it look? I've seen some really clean ones attached to the face, and I've seen some that were not quite so clean. And then the question I always ask myself too, so you got a realistic up there and they have a very straight line hairline, if you will, to it. So is it okay if it's kind of, oh gosh, I can't think of the right word. It's not absolutely razor sharp.
So I don't mind a straight, clean line. Does it look realistic? Does it look like a groomed beard?
Mm-hmm.
If you got a nice, clean, straight line on a realistic beard, that's great. Does it look realistic? That's the whole key. It can look realistic naturally to where they don't have a straight, clean line. Maybe they've got a little bit of cheek, something going on there. That's the whole thing. Is it realistic looking? Or does it look like it's been drawn on?
Let's see what other. Did we miss some questions? Let's see. Brenda. Problem I have is an image in my head before she starts, and then it seems to change always.
Same with freestyle.
Yeah.
When I've done the few times I've done freestyle, it's never ended how I had it planned out.
And Marie, do you have trouble? Like I have trouble because I'll start it with that image in my head and how it's going to work, and then I start testing stuff, and then
Oh, I've had a couple of beards that I'm like, nope, not gonna work. Sorry. And I get all frustrated and I just walk away from it. I've got a couple images in my head for beards, and I'm like, I'm gonna try it. And then I'm like, I start it and it's like, no, it's not working.
let's see. I have 5 beards right now that are started but not finished.
Oh shoot.
All right.
You just have to walk away when you sit there's not working the way it's supposed to. You're like, nope. I'm gonna walk away, count to 10, come back another day.
What
And,
is
well,
Caveman saying?
He called your wife an overachiever. He called her an overachiever because she's got a beard started.
I would never, ever say that. But Marie Hawley would say that she has to poop on.
I would
Craft
not
Whisker.
say,
You've seen
She
it.
commented it.
dude.
It's on the internet.
I'm not going to tell the world I
If
got
it's
a
on the
poop.
internet, it must be true, Clay.
Yeah, it must be my
It's on the
husband.
internet. It's
My
gotta be
phone.
true.
I would not do that, butthead.
So Chicken Wing said it's like fine dining. It's about presentation, and yes,
Yeah.
it is. And there's something I'll ask you guys about that we've gotten questions on before on the show. Do you score people better if they're wearing a costume?
Yes, I would have to say a lot of people probably do. Wouldn't you say that their beard that needs, especially with the women, you like for it to all tie together?
It helps. It's all part
It
of the
does.
presentation. Does it complement the beard or does it take away from it? You can have a costume that takes away from it, but does it complement the beard or did you just show up in a t-shirt?
Yeah.
That's fine too. If you have a nice clean t-shirt that's
Yes.
contrasting to your beard, there's
Yes.
nothing wrong with that. I've competed in t-shirt and shorts before,
Mhm.
but it's especially the bigger comps. You need to have an outfit.
You got to have a costume in the bigger comps.
Yeah.
You got to stand out. You got to sit there and be like, bow. You want everybody to notice your beard.
You're up there on that stage with some big names and stuff. You want the
Yeah.
judges to glance through and go,
Mhm.
that's sharp.
Yeah. You get all these big names up there, and here you are with a t-shirt, and you're like, oh, what was I thinking?
And even with the beards that talking about the contrasting and colors and such, even with the beards that I make and the costumes that I have, I want to make sure it's the same concept, because if you can't see my beard because of all the things that are going on with the outfit, then that's not cool. So
Mhm.
it sounds like I don't know where he went. Well, he probably went to get a different shirt. Let me see if I can guess that one right. But yeah, I'm thinking, and if I need, I do tend to sometimes, if I need something behind the beard, I'll put that as the very back layer,
Mhm.
so that if I'm wearing a costume, but it's going to interfere, well, I've still got that back that's going to make it kind of pop.
Mhm.
But it also, I've done 1, 2, 3, 4 beards with that concept, so that there's something back there to kind of fill in.
Yeah.
Um,
I stick myself in trash cans, apparently. Have you ever really tried to find a costume in my size? Very easy.
Well, there for a while, I thought, oh, I'm going to make my costumes. Let's just say I can sew some things. Clothing is not one of them at all.
Uh-huh. I thought that too. I was like, yeah, no, it looks like I put a pillowcase on. That's all right.
Yeah, I figured out that clothing was, a skirt or something I
Yeah.
can do, but a shirt, it just turns out horribly
Oh,
wrong.
yeah.
So
Look, he got shirts. You were right.
Here's what I'm talking about. Perfect example. Same beard, but if I wear this, it mellows out my beard, and you can see
The lettering.
the lettering underneath. It just flushes the beard away. Same beard. It highlights the beard. Contrast, and this goes for men or women. Contrast your undershirt or undercoat or suit or whatever to your beard, to where this is the star of the show. And I got another cigar.
Let's see. It is 8:00, and we usually try to wrap up around 8:00. But I hope that you guys enjoyed the topic. I think it was fun, and thank you, Marie, for coming on and joining me tonight.
Oh, you're welcome. I hope I didn't sound like an idiot.
No,
No,
you're good.
that was your husband.
So he makes me look like the idiot. I get it.
Well, just for the record, for those of you watching after the original, watching the
Don't.
recording,
Marie was not Marie.
Marie was not Marie in the comments.
That was
Marie
Mr. Caveman.
Yeah. And just remember, he was wearing a hula skirt and pineapples as a booby bra. So,
Uh-huh.
Who did that?
You need to look at your buddy. His last comp he was in.
At Queen City.
How
Yeah.
So I'll just tell you all, I rocked a hot pink Speedo, blue diver flippers, a snorkel, a mask, and a grass skirt. It's not every day you can be a lonely seahorse farmer, let me tell you.
Seahorseonly.com.
But no.
Well, Mr. Chicken Bread, thank you for coming on tonight as well. And
It was good seeing you guys. Thanks for having me. Sorry everybody else chickened out on you. And you got stuck with me.
Oh my gosh, no. You'll get him to doing that too. He didn't see it.
What?
Nothing. Family show.
Very spherical.
At that note, I guess we better leave.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for watching us tonight and some great questions. always feel free that if you have questions or topics, let us know. We'd be glad to talk about them on the shows. If you want to come on to the show, drop us a line. We'll be glad to have you join us and just chat. If you're holding a hosting a competition, please reach out to us with your winners from the weekend, because we would love to have them on the show. If you're competing and you are one of the winners or even a competitor, we're not really particular, then let us know after the competition, because we would like to have you on the Monday night after. Basically, anytime you want to go on here, let us know, because we're really flexible. And we love having people to chat with and topics to talk about. So, but again, thank you, Marie, and thank you, Mr. Chicken Bread.
Oh,
And
you're welcome, honey.
we'll close out tonight. I'm Tisha Klinkenbeard, aka Miss Chicken Bread, and current president of the Craft Whisker Club. And that's about it tonight. You guys have a great rest of the week.
Not
All
Kathleen.
right. Bye, guys.